Great to catch up with the head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers, Curt Miller. Busy recruiting season, but he's in Bloomington at least for a couple hours, so we catch him to talk about some of the things that transpired last year one in Bloomington. Maybe just a 35,000 foot off the ground view of what your first year in Bloomington was like, your thoughts about Indiana, the campus, and the community.
Well, had an enjoyable year. It was a culture-changing year. On the court, we really wanted to create some different things that didn't really always equate to wins and losses, but building a locker room with great chemistry, creating a culture that hard work was just the expectation each and every day, not only in practice but in games, but also with this community, creating a culture that Indiana women's basketball is going to create something exciting and fun to watch and come out to. And so we tried to create that culture, staying on the floor after games and connecting with this community. And we did a lot of great things in year one, but we're certainly not where we want to be.
You mentioned some of the great things that happened in year one. 9 non-conference wins. It's been a long time since Indiana women's basketball has been able to do that. And your team, a lot of those games were really close, but they found a way at the end of those games to pull them out.
Gave us a lot of confidence. After a disappointing opening season loss, we rattled off 9 of our next 12, and so a 75% winning percentage there in a stretch. And I don't apologize for the schedule we inherited. We still had to go out and win those games in non-conference. So proud of the kids for stepping up, gained confidence in our system, and we did a lot of good things in non-conference, and no one can take that from us. Only 3 times in 30 years have Indiana women's basketball had better records or more wins than 9.
You look at the team that you inherited, and it was a team that on many levels lacked experience, but had a couple of seniors who really helped pull the team through some of those tough times and help reestablish a good culture here at Indiana.
Absolutely. Our senior class was crucial for what we did. All 3 of them, probably our 3, you could argue that they were our 3 best players, but Alani Sinclair and Jasmine McGee were terrific scorers on the wing, and so we had to find ways to get them the ball and put them in positions to be successful. Our post group did a great job getting them open, ball screening a lot for them, and finding their opportunities. Some nights it's hard when you don't have 5 kids out there that are prolific scorers, but we found ways for Lonnie and Jasmine to carry us.
The Big Ten's a power conference, and obviously the degree of difficulty got a lot stronger once you got into conference play. But even in a lot of those games that the team ended up losing, you could tell that they were doing some of the right things. They were taking out the best player on the other team, holding them maybe to a low-scoring night. They were getting open looks, just couldn't knock down the shots, maybe had a lead heading into halftime. There were a lot of positive steps, even in some of the games that Indiana lost.
Absolutely. We were competitive. We felt like we really battled and put ourselves in position for success. And there was nights where, we came out on the losing end score-wise, but thought we did a lot of right things and building for the future. We handled adversity. By Big Ten conference play, we were down to 7 scholarship kids, and so it was hard looking down the bench and with no subs and having to play walk-ons for any kind of break for our starters. But they really battled and competed, considering we most of January and February we played with 7 scholarship players.
Also, it's kind of nice beating Purdue here at home in such dramatic fashion, and that was a real good feel-good moment, not only for this program, but for the entire department.
The highlight of our year, the hard work all came together, came off a disappointing game the week earlier and bounced back, got ready, and what a great game against Purdue and a team that you want to beat. It allowed us to get out of the whole season with a winning record at home, too, and create a good home court environment for us at Assembly. But that shot at the buzzer, a little bit of a broken play. We wanted the ball in Jasmine's hands, didn't get it in her hands exactly where we had drawn it up, but she went and made a play. And, for women's basketball, it doesn't get the attention, but it was kind of our Christian Watford's shot of the year. So big win for us, and something that could go down as a building block.
It's been a fun run for Alani Sinclair since she played her last game. She had a great career here at Indiana, but then won the college three-point shooting contest on ESPN, then traveled to China and played dominant basketball, and now is embarking on a professional career.
Yeah, really proud of all 3 seniors. They're all going to play professional basketball, but Alani's just kept the momentum going. winning the three-point shooting contest, bringing us a lot of national attention. People see us on the road and ask about her. But then you talk about the foreign tour with a loaded team with players throughout the United States, players that were drafted in the WNBA, players that played in power conference schools that went deep into the NCAA tournament. But lo and behold, Lonnie was the MVP of that tour and leading scorer, and she continues to show she can play with the best of the best. And we believe shortly she'll sign a pro contract overseas and represent us well.
All right, that's a recap of the season that was. We'll have part 2 coming up, where we'll talk about the summer for Indiana women's basketball.